stand out. What's up, everybody? You are tuned into the Elks Call, your home for Edmonton Elks fan talk. My name is Scout, aka the rep from Section X.
And I'm Catherine.
And we have some slight static on the air.
Right.
That's okay. That happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You are tuned into the Elks Call, your home for Edmonton Elks fan talk. Catherine, we get to talk about our first win today.
Yeah.
How exciting is that?
Did we talk about a win in the preseason last year?
Well, we did.
We did, right?
No, but this is the first win of the season.
Yeah, no, that's always exciting. It's always exciting. And I always said, like, everybody is like, oh, this is a nothing game. This is a nothing game. But you know what? It's good that it was a win because it just brings momentum. It brings good vibes. So, yeah. It's
great. It's great. I couldn't be more thrilled, even if it is preseason, but there's so many storylines in that preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Very thrilled. We have a very throwback episode for everybody today.
Mm-hmm.
Can't thank you enough, you the viewer, you the listener, whoever you may be. We thank you for tuning into the Elks Call. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and favorite buttons, as that is how you show some love over here at Shotgun Sports Network. Our schedule for today is as follows. We are going to open up with The More You Didn't Know, where we chat with our guest. Next, we're going to give you Kathy's Herd Report, where we bring you the latest news, transactions, and everything else. Everything from Double E Land. After that, we're going to give you an Edmonton sports update, and then we will play some green or gold, our spin on hot or not. And then finally, we're going to open up the fan forum where we talk about hot topics surrounding the Elks and the CFL world as a whole. We're interactive. So viewers, make sure you get your comments and questions into the herd chat if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook. All right, let's get this show rolling with The More You Didn't Know, where we have a chat with our guest. This segment is brought to you by Royal Retros. If you like throwbacks, you're going to love Royal Retros. They are the throwback kings, and they have CFLPA merchandise. CFL fans have been shopping with Royal Retros for years, and we hope you do too. But without further ado, please welcome to the show the man himself, the founder and mastermind of Royal Retros. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Dustin Almeida. Is it Almeida or Almeda?
Alameda's fine.
It's Alameda.
Yeah, but there's a city that everyone calls it Alameda, so I just went by that my whole life. So either way.
That works.
Can we assume that the weather is pretty darn good down south right now?
Yeah, I'm in Portland, but yeah, it's pretty warm. Summers are nice here, but the rest of the year rains a lot. It's pretty similar to Vancouver for all the BC fans, I guess, out there.
No, BC, Portland, very similar weather, very similar climates, but Portland gets a little bit much more warmer, right? All right, very excited to have you on this show today, man, especially because Royal Retros is a sponsor for our show. Thankful for that alone. Viewers, if you're watching live, please be sure to throw your comments and questions into the herd chat, and we will do our best to get them onto the show. Dustin, we do like to ask everyone about their background in sports. I know that you've spoken on this on a couple of podcasts, but we want to hear directly from yourself. What started your love for football and other sports?
Well, for football, yeah, I grew up in the Bay Area. You could tell by my Giants jersey in the back here. And my grandpa took me to 49er games and watched with him from like the day I was born. Every Sunday, he'd pick me up to go to his house. So that's where my love of sports came from. And honestly, that was my introduction to the CFL, was the Sacramento gold miners. Didn't really understand what they were at the time, but once I got back into this business and got into sports history and really did the research, it was kind of when I got back into, following the CFL a little bit there.
It's hilarious. The Sacramento gold miners. Like, and it's funny because even the newer generation of CFL fans don't even know what that team is now.
No.
No, it's a pretty crazy story because they went from the World League that later became NFL Europe. So they were called the Surge, and they played against teams in Europe, and then when they moved all the teams to Europe, they switched their name to Gold Miners and joined the CFL for a year. So didn't really know much about him as a kid. It was just a weird football team that played not too far away. And looking back, yeah, it's even weirder than I thought.
That's really cool, though. I mean, watching a little bit of history that is so lost, that just lets me know that there's a lot of CFL history that I personally don't know that now I want to go and read about. So that's cool.
That's why this is called The More You Didn't Know.
The More You Didn't Know. With little. But what would you say your favorite teams growing up were?
Well, definitely the 49ers, Giants, and Warriors were my big favorites growing up. And then a little more neutral towards other sports. I just like following, other leagues and just seeing who's coming up. I don't have a rooting interest, especially living in Portland now. It's not. I've already picked my basketball team, so not going with the Blazers, and not a lot of other sports out here. So it's like a good way for me to follow, like arena football, Canadian football, other leagues like that, with not having an attachment, kind of in this area.
It kind of like a big papa to some of these teams, right? Like you're just kind of like overlooking them and more so proud of the leagues as opposed to picking a favorite.
Exactly. I got my big three, and then that's what I stick to. The rest I'm neutral.
Love it. Who are your sports idols growing up?
Well, probably controversial, but Barry Bonds is my all-time favorite. I don't care what they say. He is the greatest hit I've ever seen. Jerry Rice for sure. And then basketball was probably Jason Richardson, because we didn't have a lot to root for, and he was winning all those dunk contests, and that was the only exciting part of watching the Warriors back then. So those are probably my favorite three growing up.
You cheered for the Warriors before they were cool, basically.
Oh, way back, yeah. They were awful, but I never thought they'd even get to the finals, let alone win all those championships.
That's cool.
No kidding.
That's it. And we like to know a little bit about history, personal history in relation to sports. But now let's learn a little bit about business history. Just over 10 years ago, 503 Sports incorporated in Portland, Oregon, where you're at, specializing in jerseys and uniforms. How did that company come to fruition?
At that time, I was just coming out of college. It was I had a full-time job, and I was just selling kind of like closeout stuff or whatever you could find online, just reselling sports apparel. And then people started asking for certain teams that they were looking for that I never heard of. The Portland Mavericks was big at the time. There was a Netflix documentary that came out around then called The Battered Bastards of Baseball. And so started kind of looking into getting stuff made instead of reselling it. And right around COVID was when I got laid off and was like, well, I'm going to have to make this work, and really focused in. That's when we became Royal Retros, and it became, a full-time job, and really took off at that point during the pandemic.
So 503 basically transformed into Royal Retros.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, didn't exactly have a direction in the early days. It was like some original designs, some throwback merchandise, and just kind of evolved. And then when it came time to this is the only job I have right now, then it really evolved into especially the throwbacks, because that's what people are most interested in. And ironically, like the throwback stuff had a lot of crossover with fans of other smaller leagues. So that's how we started working with, like college baseball teams, arena football, stuff like that, because there's a lot of crossover. And now we have like a nice mix of working with up and coming leagues and still honoring the past.
So like, what would you say inspiration would have been in creating Royal Retros? Because like, I mean, I know that you recognize the need for good throwbacks, and you were working with those smaller levels to get up to the top. But was there an inspirational moment, or was there something that made it all click?
Probably that Portland Mavericks documentary. We partnered, it was very like early days, with the Portland Pickles, which was like a college summer league team out here, kind of like the Savannah Bananas. And we did I kind of pitched them on a Mavericks throwback game where they'd wear the uniforms at that time. And it really took off, and they brought in former players. And I was like maybe less than a year into the business, and I realized like how much it meant, some of these old teams that most people never heard of, but when you found the right group, like how much it still meant to them. So that was when it kind of really took off, and we started leaning more into the throwback direction.
Portland Pickles, owned by John Ryan, by the way. John Ryan, former punter for the Seattle Seahawks, and of course the Double E. I believe he's a co-owner of the Portland Pickles. So that's really cool. That's a cool story, and to be able to wiggle your way in there like that.
Yeah, for sure. That was a big deal at the time. Like less than a year into owning the business and being able to get it on the field in front of all those people and bring in like the former players, it was really exciting, and definitely I've always been into sports history, but definitely sparked my interest more to the teams you never heard of rather than the big four of sports.
Oh,
and I like that because it's so hard to find anywhere you were. You really have to go into like Facebook Marketplace to find some of these vintage or throwback pieces, and otherwise it's super difficult to find. So it's really nice having a spot where you can go and find them. So,
totally. No, it's a big thing right now here in Edmonton. We don't quite have a throwback outlet, let's say, except for maybe Lids or the Edmonton Oilers official team store.
But even then, though, you really don't find a lot of throwbacks.
Well, they do their Oilers branded ones, like the 2006 Cup Run, whatever. But what I'm saying is that the Edmonton Elks don't specifically have throwback. But you know who does? Royal Retros, and they have the 5 Pete jersey.
Yes.
Let's bring them out.
Okay.
I think it's time.
That one?
Yours, yeah.
This one?
So for our listeners on Edmonton Sports Talk or wherever you get your podcast, we have these amazing Royal Retros in-house.
And for whoever is listening instead of watching, go watch the video.
Yeah, we ain't going to describe it, but basically this is a 1970s
it's so cool.
era jersey. I'm putting mine on right away, and we will most likely have one of these in our studio now for the rest of the season.
Well, are we wearing them for the throwback?
We are going to be also wearing them tomorrow night. So very excited. So thankful. Really, really thankful, Dustin, that you got these here in time for the show. They're amazing. The quality is great. I'm going to get mine on right now. But once again,
you go. They're incredibly well made. So I really definitely commend you on that. They're beautiful jerseys. They're super comfortable, really airy and breathy for the summer over here. We're already experiencing a heat wave, and tomorrow is supposed to be super warm. So it's going to be really nice wearing them. But can you tell us a little bit more about the process for creating these masterpieces?
Sure. I mean, since it's not mass produced. Most of our jerseys are custom made when ordered, so completely cut and sewn together, because you can never really predict some of the older teams or players, and a lot of people, former players, will want to buy their old jersey that they can't find anywhere else. So for the most part, everything's made one at a time, and a lot of detail and effort goes into each one.
They're custom. Every single jersey that you order from Royal Retros, I believe, is custom, right, Dustin?
Yeah, for the most part, unless we know some kind of big events coming up where we're going to sell a lot of something, we'll have some in stock. But yeah, for the most part, they're all custom made one at a time.
Yeah, and I mean, we know that, sure, Royal Retros hasn't quite gotten there with the official licensing, but we do know that you're licensed with Team Canada Football and some merchandise for the CFLPA. So how special is that to be able to, once again, obtain a new partnership, but kind of break your way into the Canadian market?
It's great. Yeah, it was unexpected. It kind of went back to the gold miners. We started selling the old American teams, just thinking that maybe people in those local areas would remember it, and it actually took off in Canada a lot. Just the fans that probably had no association with those teams, I think, just thought it was kind of cool that they could collect them, and that was really what sparked it in Canada. And then we kind of expanded hockey at that point when we realized, I guess how well received our products were in Canada, which is great. And then, yeah, I've been able to work with the CFLPA, and we've had individual like former players and teams reach out about different stuff. So it's been a great experience to be so welcomed and invited. And I got my cup from this morning still, but CFLPA mug out there. So yeah, great experience, especially being I've invited to the Grey Cup and things like that. So.
Yeah, super sick.
Hats.
This one was from 2024. You guys had supplied us with some to give away on the show. Still got one for myself because they're an amazing hat. I'd love to.
It was supposed to be giveaways, and he gave it away to himself.
That one, yes. I mean, there's quite a few others that we gave away, but yeah,
it is a really nice hat.
I love it. I love Royal Retros. You guys are a fantastic brand, right?
Yes. And I mean, Royal Retros and 503 Sports, you also deal with many other leagues and teams, as you mentioned. Can you tell us where else we can find your fingerprints in the sports atmosphere?
Yeah, the big league, one of the fastest growing ones we're working with is Arena Football One right now. A lot of it's the ownership from the original Arena Football League in the 90s and early 2000s, and they started up a new league last year. So we work with them. That's been really great and growing fast. We work with the UFL here in more spring football, and we're always just looking to grow, looking to add more collections, either throwback collections for bigger, more established leagues, or just running the team store for smaller up and coming leagues. So and also doing uniforms as well. If teams need uniforms, we handle that as well.
Yeah, I did see also you gave away a commemorative custom jersey at the Indoor Football League championship, I want to say.
May have been the All-Star jersey for the CFLPA, or
no, there was another one I thought that I saw that you guys just did recently, but either way, you guys are.
Oh yeah. Coach Arby, he got his 200th win. He's been coaching in arena football since the I think late 90s. So yeah, we sent him a jersey for his 200th win that he got this past weekend.
Yeah, sorry, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Thank you for correcting me on that. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see where you guys are. Once again, even in the Edmonton Elks tailgate here in Edmonton in Commonwealth Stadium, we know a couple of big fans that love to put in an order, once every couple of years or once every year with a custom request. And so far, everything that you guys have put out has gotten raving reviews. So very, very exciting.
That's great to hear, and great to hear you guys are tailgating up there too. We're big on tailgates at Royal Retros. We've done them for all kinds of different leagues, different games. So we'll have to make one up there too, Edmonton.
There you go. See, that's what we're doing. We're trying to put our name for the best tailgate in the CFL. So I'm not sure if that's true, but we're trying. We're definitely trying.
We're trying really hard.
Nowhere near what you see in the US, but
I know you're being really nice here, Dustin, about our tailgate, but we have maybe 200 spots. They have 1,000 plus.
I have never been to a tailgate in the States, but I have seen the pictures and the videos, and yes, this is like a 10th probably of the size, but we're trying really hard.
Well, as long as start getting the culture up there, it'll grow. The whole tailgate culture is a great time. It's a lot of times it's as fun as going to the game, just a party beforehand.
Yes.
See, it's nice to hear an American be a similar sentiment, because once again, you guys just the tailgate in comparison, it's an absolute full day event in the States.
Yeah.
And for us, we get, there's some rules. It's a little bit more regulated 3 hours before. Like we said, it's a limited amount. But the tailgate culture is indeed improving up here. So really, really appreciate that. But talking about Canada, we did see you at the 2024 Grey Cup. And we know that yourself, Royal Retros, do travel around from time to time, representing the Double R. So I got to ask, are you going to Calgary this year?
We'll see where I can make it to. I definitely want to get a summer game in. Gets a little rough for me growing up in the warm weather. I don't know that I want to be outdoors in late October, early November, anywhere. So I haven't planned out my trips this year, but definitely try to get them done by August, wherever we're going in Canada this year.
I don't know. Edmonton in October sounds pretty good, Dustin.
It doesn't even sound good to me, and I live here.
Oh god, that's too funny. Yeah, no, we'll be at Grey Cup, so we hope to see you there if you do go to the colder weather climates for that game. But obviously, we would prefer to see you in Edmonton in August, so we're really hoping for that.
Yeah, we will see. But where do you see Royal Retros in 5 years from now?
Hopefully, it's running a lot more league stores, a lot more partnerships. Definitely, the CFL is a big one we would love to work with. We've talked to them in the past, and they've expressed a lot of interest. Just unfortunately, with the New Era contract, we haven't been able to make it work. But hopefully that's on the radar in the future, where we could have like a Mitchell and Ness of the CFL type situation. That's like a big goal I've always had for Royal Retros, and then just helping a lot of other leagues grow. Especially in the U.S., we see a lot of leagues, where each team has their own merchandise. Some's great, some's terrible. Prices are different, and so we like to focus on helping leagues run their whole operation where it can be affordable prices and good quality for fans. That kind of takes a lot off the plate of leagues. So we're looking to grow a lot that way with picking up new leagues, and then of course we'll always be introducing all the random obscure defunct teams from the past, just for the sports history. We'll always be doing that.
Love that. It's funny because we know we used to be partnered a long time ago with another manufacturer of clothing, we'll say, and they're a very popular hockey tank top brand, we'll say, out there. And licensing can be an issue, and I understand that, but at the same time, like you said, NHL has Mitchell and Ness, and Mitchell and Ness does a lot of throwback, right? They do throwback jerseys of all types. Why can't Royal Retros be in that atmosphere? That's
the goal. Is Mitchell, and we know we're not going to get the NFL or anything like that, but leagues like the CFL and even lacrosse and hockey, and these have like smaller, even minor leagues that have like a long history and a fan base that really wants the throwback merch, and that's kind of the lane we're looking to get in, is to help leagues celebrate their heritage. And with our smaller custom runs, we can kind of bring those to the fans that bigger companies like Mitchell and Ness don't care to make a Wilkinson jersey, but we can make one jersey for you and kind of help celebrate the past, the history of the league and the teams.
And filling gaps, right? You recognized where there is a need for that. There is a need for attention to the smaller leagues. There is a need for a Memphis Mad Dogs jersey out there, or a Sacramento Gold Miners. There's a need, right? And you're filling it. And Mitchell and Ness can't do everything all on their own either. It's in this case, sure, take your piece of pie. Sure, you're also building a bigger one as well. And for fans in the CFL, like, the fact is that we know so many fans that already shop with your brand. You're doing good by the CFL fans up here in Canada. So that's definitely a thing I think I can say with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, thank you. And you never know the connections you can make. I know like 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts bought a Birmingham Barracudas jersey because his dad was on the team, and Joe Burrow wore an Alouettes jersey. So, those weren't even connections we were ever expecting to make, but, just bringing back that history, it's surprising, like, who's connected where and what actually, means something emotionally to different people that you wouldn't expect.
Matt Soms in the herd chat does ask, when will they do a Detroit Turbos MILL jersey?
We could always email us, and we could usually do like custom one-off. I don't know exactly when we're getting that on, but we're working on a big list for the holidays of new leagues that we're going to be adding to historic leagues. So we'll see what we come up with.
Love it. Well, yeah, you can just basically select a league that you don't want to pick and pull from then.
Yeah, well, it could get messy with old trademarks and stuff, but a lot of it too is just finding the cool logos that people like, even if they never watch the team. It's just kind of a cool shirt or a hat to wear around, especially if it can relate to your city or some kind of personal play.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I completely agree. We do see it with other brands around here as well, but we are particular to the green and gold. So,
of course.
Last question for the night here, Dustin, before we let you go. What piece of advice do you have for the future generation of sports business people, whether it be in merch or anywhere else in the landscape that you're in?
I mean, I think it's just be passionate about what you do. I mean, there were I don't know how many times, especially the first 4 or 5 years, where it's like about to go out of business. Like, I mean, nobody knows that that's happening behind the scenes. There's just all kinds of supplier issues, problems you could never guess. But if you're passionate about it and you really enjoy what you do, you'll find a way to push through it. And I guess it'll test you and see if it's something that you really want. And if it is, you'll find a way to make it, and eventually you'll break through and figure out what works.
Love it.
I like that.
Love it. It. It's beautiful. I mean, we've cut our teeth as podcasters for so many years, right? Royal Retros has been by our side, and I mean, we're also just persistent pests when it comes to the podcast world. We continually try to break down the walls as well. But we're very, very thankful for your support on our network, for our show specifically as well. It's a partnership that we greatly appreciate.
Of course. And we always look for brands that tie into our values or views and what we know that the fans are going to like. I mean, we always say that we're for the fans, from the fans. So anything that will bring the fans something that they're looking for, rather than something that they're being, pushed into, is exactly the type of, brands that we want to partner with.
Yeah. So couldn't be more thankful. I mean, these jerseys are absolutely amazing. Fans will be able to see these jerseys down at the Knothole Clark Stadium tomorrow night.
We'll be wearing them.
We'll be wearing them. We'll be rocking them, representing. And if we get to see you at an Elks tailgate this summer, that would be the cherry on top, my man. So, we're not going to take much more of your time here, Dustin. How can our viewers and listeners find and purchase a Royal Retros jersey or a piece of merch online?
Reach out at royalretros.com, and I appreciate any support. Follow us on social media, just at Royal Retros. And I just want to thank you guys too, as well. I mean, we don't know what people are going to want, so we take the feedback and the support from fans and people like you to really push us in different directions and see what the fans actually want. And luckily we're small enough where we can listen and move quickly and make those, rather than some of the bigger brands kind of forcing their own designs, like NBA wearing 20 different uniforms every week because they don't really care. So we're kind of just looking to fill that gap, and especially just something that relates to the fans in a meaningful way. So thank you for your support as well.
Thank you. And I mean, we'll give you feedback. We'll give you some honest feedback from what we hear. But I mean, as somebody that is already not happy with a Warren Moon replica that was maybe made just to get a signature on it. It has a certificate.
You know what? I'm expecting a lot of people being like, "Oh, where'd you get that? Ooh, where'd you get that?" So
she knows better than I do when it comes to those type of comments. So, but yeah, man, we can't thank you enough for joining us and spending your time with us tonight. This was a great conversation. These jerseys are amazing. Dustin, we'll let you go. We hope you have yourself an amazing night.
All right. Thank you. You guys as well.
Have a great night, Dustin.
Cheers.
Bye.
And that was Dustin. Say
Alameda.
There you go. Royal Retros. I can't say enough good things. Like, I mean, great guy. Fantastic time. Good chat. Big San Fran guy. Big San Fran guy. We didn't ask him any Tom Wilkinson questions, I don't think. I don't know if he would have necessarily been on the ball for those ones, but I'm sure we could have talked a lot of Levi Stadium and everything
I
else.
did see somebody on Facebook Marketplace selling a jersey with Tom Wilkinson's signature on it.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going to have to go get that jersey from royalretros.com, not the signed one.
Not the signed one. Now, this is different. This
Go
is
get
no,
one.
that was like a real vintage one.
Like
that
a
was
real.
personally signed. So I'm surprised that somebody will sell that.
Maybe we have a comparison now. We'll take a look at that one. We'll take a look. Thanks a lot, everybody, for rocking with us. This is the Elks Call. We are the Elks Herd. I don't think we're live on Facebook right now, which is interesting. So that could be why we see a little dip tonight.
That's interesting. Yeah, it didn't even give me the option because you scheduled it.
Yeah, no, I think when I had that error before I went live, but that is for us to discuss on the back end. For now, we do have Kathy's Herd Report where we talk about recent news, transactions, and everything else. Today's Herd Report is brought to you by the Rouge, White, and Blue podcast. Oz and Joe have you covered on the latest happenings in the CFL. From across multiple borders, Americans talking Canadian football, Rouge, White, and Blue, only on Shotgun Sports. All right. Kathy.
Yeah.
Herd Report.
Yeah. Let's talk about this game. Let's talk about this win.
Let's talk about this win.
It was good. It was a good game. It was, in general, it was a good game. I'm glad.
So good.
I'm glad that it went the way that it did. We'll do our regular quarter by quarter, but at first it was a little bit of a familiar start. Fajardo didn't have the best showing, right at the beginning, but one could argue that he was being a little conservative in his plays.
I think he was.
But maybe he wanted to avoid injury. I'm not sure, but that is definitely not the best Fajardo for performance that we have seen. So it was a little worrying at first because it felt familiar and we were like, oh, here we go. That's how this is going to go. But thankfully, they were able to turn it around. They struck first with a clean 30-yard field goal from Jesus Gomez.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're going to see him again in this upcoming game. So I'm excited about that.
Him,
yeah. BC responded with a touchdown, of course, but right after that, they brought in Taylor Powell. Yeah. And he was in. He replaced Fajardo. And he had a great performance. He put on a performance. Even right there, he had like the most solid 4-play drive. I think it was the cleanest play that I have seen in a long time. It was like bam, bam, bam. Massive yards gained by Isaiah Knight, Austin Mack, TJ Luther, and it ended on a crisp, deep right throw to Austin Mack for a 17-yard touchdown. So
that Powell to Mack connection, it looked like they had chemistry, even though Taylor Powell is playing with the twos.
Yeah, it did. It was a really clean drive.
It was nice. It was what we've been wanting to see out of Taylor Powell. Once again, we are talking preseason. We are talking about our starters and backups playing the backups to the backups. So we are talking about, maybe not the strongest defense that the Elks are playing against, but how nice was it to see Taylor Powell spin that thing and get the ball down the field?
That's what we hope we see with Fajardo and Austin Mack.
I hope so too.
That's the connection that we're hoping for, and that's what we hope we see. It's still preseason, so we'll see how it goes, but regardless, that was a really nice play. Defense also held BC to scatter incompletions and short returns, so they had a clear sense of control right at the beginning, the first quarter, which continued throughout the game, really.
Once they got that lead, they didn't look back, right?
No. Going into the second quarter, Edmonton definitely carried its momentum into the rest of the game, but they had a promising red zone series at that point that ended abruptly with an interception at the BC 13. So that was unfortunate, but even after this turnover, the defense definitely held BC in place and it forced them to punt. So we got a little lucky there, I think.
Got pretty lucky, I would say. And I don't think that interception really affected the game too much.
No, and I think the reason why it didn't affect it is because BC, the defense was able to hold BC, and they weren't able to do anything with it.
Yeah, the defense was really solid, throughout the entire game, I think.
They were.
Really good. It was refreshing, I will say.
The Elks continued to move the ball methodically, control the pace of the play. There were some solid gains once again by Isaiah Knight, Cephas, and Calhoun. There was a small little fumble by Powell, but it was quickly recovered at the BC 1 line. Talk about mild PTSD from those not being able to make it past the 1 year line.
That was the bigger concern for me in that was, why is this team still
why
struggling?
is this happening again?
What was it, what was it, 3 or 4 attempts
to
get that ball across the line? And even when they did punch it, nobody was sure that they actually got it.
I know. We did bring in Cole Snyder for that one, so he was taking on the role of the short yardage quarterback.
He came in at his usual role and actually got the job done.
Thankfully, because Jesus Christ, that's one of the worst things that we have seen, and it happens constantly with this team. Too often. BC did get a field goal in to close the first half of the game, but whatever, that didn't matter. The Elks had a lead at this point.
Didn't stop.
No. Going into the third quarter, this one was a little bit more physical, had a more physical tone, as Edmonton leaned heavily on Rashawn Baker's downhill running to chew up yards in the clock. Snyder, he complemented the ground game. He had short control passes, and the breakthrough came on a beautifully executed deep shot, a 41-yard touchdown strike to Jalen
Calhoun
and Delon.
Well, but the thing is that this is a familiar performance for Jalen Calhoun. Jalen Calhoun can ball.
We know that.
The problem is that he's usually buried on the depth chart.
Yeah.
And we only see him in preseason or in garbage games of the season or whatever. And Calhoun made that happen. He did break away, right?
And that's kind of the story of this preseason game, hey? Like, there is depth. There is, it makes you wonder who's actually going to make it to those starting positions when you're seeing so much talent out there that is actually performing.
Well, see, what's funny is that it makes the coaches' jobs easier when guys get stupid penalties, which, by the way, we're talking about 10 or 11 penalties. We'll talk about it in a minute. Yes. This game was not a clean game by any means for the Double E. But they did find a way, sure, to be resilient, but yeah, I mean, they weren't exactly the cleanest, but they were dominating in certain aspects that they needed to be.
Yeah, they did. So it will be, I think I'm really interested to see how these preseason games translate into the regular season.
Well, and then that's what I was saying is that the coaches' jobs are going to be tough this weekend, right?
Yes.
Especially depending on what we see tomorrow night.
Yeah. Let's see. Right at the beginning of the quarter, Jake Julian did deliver a booming 68-yard punt. Booming to flip the field. And yes, we had penalties for sure that slowed down the tempo, but Edmonton maintained command through a balanced offense and a steady defensive pressure.
And there was a Cole Snyder pass that we got lucky on.
Yes, there was that interception, which was negated by BC's roughing the passer penalty. So that was the only reason why that was negated. It was still an Edmonton Elks ball, and it led going into the fourth quarter to a successful field goal by Jesus Gomez from the 20-yard line. So got lucky there. But yeah, Edmonton continued. Mix of short passes, control runs, penalties once again erased a few promising games. But we also got to see Daggy on the BC side.
Dig it down.
Dig it down. He did get sacked for a loss of 7 yards by Edmonton's Ladarius Tennyson. Dig down.
I'm pretty sure I did scream "dig it down" whenever he gets sacked back.
That was
happening.
No. We did miss the next score though, thanks to CFL Plus horrible broadcast.
Terrible.
Like buffering times at the worst times. We had to turn on the radio to find out that we had completely missed another touchdown.
Sorry, correct yourself. We didn't have to turn on the radio. We had the opportunity. We got to turn on the radio because there's nothing wrong with the radio. I think 880 Ched is a fantastic option. We're going to talk more about how I think 880 Ched is a fantastic option. But some of us in this house do not like listening to radio, and some of us
I like listening to music on the radio, but people talking on the radio, and I'm out
all day, baby.
Can't
all day.
No, I don't even listen to audiobooks for a reason.
You would have hated me in my road days.
But anyways, we missed it. The touchdown. It was the highlight of the quarter with Zach Zabrowski uncorking a perfect deep ball to Carter Kettle for a 58-yard touchdown.
Woof. Okay, come on, Carter Kettle. A third, like a three. Mm-hmm. We're talking a 3 or a 4. This guy is climbing his way up, especially for this night at the Knot Hole tomorrow night. We got the depth chart, so we'll take a look at it in a moment.
We're gonna take a look at it.
But come on, and that yak.
It was he was the top performer in yak yards. So I have the player stats over here, and I'm pretty sure where was it? Over here, 32 yak yards.
Broke away, made that get like broke some ankles, okay? And Austin Mack claims to be the king of yak, but for this game, it was actually number 80, Carter Kettle, and second up was Isaiah Knight.
Yeah.
Isaiah Knight, who was my pick through training camp, who is my pick to do the best.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah. With Rashawn Baker, he did definitely, carry a lot of the third quarter. But here in the fourth quarter, we had running back Shanderick Powell.
Can't sleep on him either.
No, he provided a spark this quarter with several strong carries, including an 11-yard burst. Wow. Okay. Burst. That was extended by a BC penalty as well. Holy penalties this quarter, though. Jesus.
Well, I think it was a combination of Elks playing sloppy garbage time and BC playing.
But still, man,
football.
Still, that's the thing. You got to think about these preseason games is that a lot of these players are fighting for a spot.
With an opportunity this big.
They're fighting for it, and it takes a penalty, a stupid penalty, for them to be out.
Well, okay, and so this is where on the positive side of it, Zach Zabrowski doing what he did with what limited time he had. Yeah, come on, you have to give him a little bit of...
Of course. At the end of the quarter, BC did get in a couple of field goals, but the quarter still closed with the Elks firmly in control with a score of 34-16. Yay!
That's a dub. So
it was a good game.
It was a fun game. I'm gonna add a bad here, but what's your good and bad?
I think the good is just what the type of performances that we saw. In terms of stats for the game, it was pretty even with BC, I think. But I mean, there's a few things that really stand out. Just the time of possession that we were clearly in control.
How about the only sack on the game goes to the double
sack.
So that means offensive line did their job. Keep that in mind, because if you're not talking about the offensive line, which how many games did we see last year with at least one sack? And yes, this is preseason. Yes, this is.
But at least we were the ones doing the sack.
We were the ones doing the sacking, yes. Another one I'd like to point out, too, is the passing yards. I mean, 30 attempts, 343. That quarterback room is deep. We do have that article up on Shotgun Sports Network going into detail what we thought was best about this game as well. If you want to do an even deeper dive, which it's already been a week, so take it for what you will. But every week we will be putting out our articles, usually the day after the football game. And I mean, the quarterback room is deep.
Oh, yeah. Look at Taylor Powell with 160 yards.
13 for 14.
13 for 14.
Yuck. Like, I mean, Zach Zabrowski, 3 for 3, 83. He threw 3. Now, a lot of that was yards, thanks to Carter Kettle.
That's garbage time. But hey, that touchdown, it matters. It counts.
The worst quarterback on the day was Cody Fajardo. And that...
I did say that.
You did, but I mean, as per the stats even, that is technically the stat, 2 for 6, 26 yards.
That's why I said, like, I swear I was talking about this in the middle of the game, and one of the comments that I said is, I swear to God that if we have another quarterback controversy this year, I'm going to lose my mind because Jesus, stressful as it is. But that's the thing, right? That's the kind of thoughts that you start coming up with when suddenly your QB1 is being heavily outperformed by the other ones. And sure, it's circumstance. It's a preseason game. The starters in BC weren't starting, right? So it's circumstance, of course. But at the same time, you're counting every single play. You're counting every single game. So it's a little worrisome, but at the same time, we'll see what happens in this game.
The other thing worth noting, too, and Mark Killam had actually mentioned it today in his media availability, it was either today or yesterday, is that they don't focus on the other team when they're going through training camp. They're focused on themselves, right? So they've done no film on the other team. Now, who knows what BC did? BC, Mark Killam did admit that he looked over a slight amount of film, but they aren't doing the usual game week prep, going, hey, this is where these guys are going to be when you see this. This is what you're looking for. Expect this guy to come your way. They're not going through the defensive schemes of the other team. Yeah. They're going through the offensive schemes and the defensive schemes of their own team, and they're purely, for the most part, focused on that. Yeah. So that's where preseason is different. And once again, yes, we are excited about this win. That is a huge positive, is to also get a dub. But there were a couple negatives with this one, and I'll say mine right now. CFL Plus feed, so freaking upset. Yes. I love a good Jumbotron feed. You've seen me be excited about Jumbotron feeds for years and years. I love the preseason games because you get a Jumbotron feed in. You get that combination of radio and Jumbotron, even if it is Bob the Moj, who we used to be a big fan until he blocked us for being Blue Jays fans. Not going to air it out any more than that, but he was and hey, I liked his broadcast too. There was some unprofessional moments, we'll say, from his partner there. I forget the name, but not interested, don't care. No. Probably won't be listening to their feed again. But no. I prefer Morley and Dave over at Ched every day of the week, and it sounds like we might even be listening to them in the coming year. So stuff to talk about. But what else was bad about that game?
Penalties.
Yeah,
11 penalties, and some of them really dumb.
Really.
So dumb. I get it that BC also got 11 penalties, but that's beside the point. It's about how the team is doing, and I feel that some of those could have most definitely been avoided. And the last thing that we want is a repeat of all the negatives from last season, right? So,
and penalties, they weren't so bad last year under the Chris Jones era. Penalties were constantly a problem. Maybe one game break in between, but I felt like we were talking about penalties in 2024 a lot.
Yeah.
So 2025, we did see that go down. There's the last game, and like Mark Killam said as well, they got to clean it up. We're talking about over 100 yards in penalties.
Yeah, we got it. Definitely.
The Edmonton Elks could have purely dominated that game if it wasn't for the penalties and also special teams. That's one last bad I want to point out. Not Jesus, because Jesus did good.
Yeah.
But allowing that return yardage back.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It felt like shades of, once again, 2024.
Yes, especially at the beginning of the game. You saw that a lot, a little bit of holes. A few holes here and there that should be addressed for sure. But before we move on to what's next, there were no transactions. I know there were a couple of injuries, but I don't seem to have an injury report. The only thing that I know for sure is that Royce Metier is in the 6-game injured list.
Yeah, now interesting, and I did not get a good look at the field today. I didn't see. I know that yesterday, Jalen Calhoun did go off the field. He went off the field with the trainer, but I haven't heard anything official on that.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much on that. So
no, haven't seen much. Let's do the game preview.
Yeah, night at the Knothole on Friday, May 29th. That's tomorrow at Clark Stadium, 7 p.m. start. Calgary versus Edmonton.
Learn your ABCs real quick, because ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. We are totally back. I'm so excited. We get a tailgate in tomorrow. We get to see our Double E family. We're back. I mean, it's extremely exciting to make it back down to Commonwealth and Clark, apparently, because it is the night at the Knothole. I think we have a couple of previews here. I know that we had broken the news on the merchandise yesterday. There is some retro merchandise, not Royal Retros. This is actually from the Double E themselves, which we always recommend going to the team store for especially throwback merchandise. But if you can't find it there, then head over to Royal Retros and look at this thing. Look at this green and gold just shining on air right now. It feels good. But they do have some pretty cool items. We're going to show those on air in just a moment. But before that, how about we take a quick look at the depth chart?
Yeah, let's see. Who's starting?
Cody Fajardo. Mark Court. So another
Cordy
battle.
On center.
But there is a battle between Mark Cordy and David Beard right now. That's very, very massive. That's a storyline to watch for tomorrow's game. Isaiah Knight is back up to Justin Rankin. Expect to see a lot of Knight and a lot of Sean Derek Powell, apparently. Where did Baker go? Rashawn Baker. Rashawn Baker is not on the depth chart. So that's a little bit surprising considering that we thought he was a performer in that game.
He was doing very well unless he was injured. I'm not sure.
Could have been an injury. Could have been maybe a penalty or two that he took, but I don't recall like seeing that. So maybe I'll have to dig in a little bit further. But in any matter, Justin Rankin is going to be a starting running back tomorrow. So that's going to be pretty cool. Austin Mack obviously will be starting. On your line, you do have Brendan Bordner, Carter O'Donnell, Cordy at center, which is going to be going through a list of 4 at center.
Most likely.
David Beard's going to be backup. Piazza will be backup to the backup. And Matthew Udine will be backup to the backup to the backup. So that'll be interesting. Woodmansey will be starting and Murray. So you can tell immediately that they're trying to get that offensive line chemistry as good as it possibly can be. Trying to build these boys up, right? Cephas, I'm really excited to see what he does. Now
he did well. Yeah. He did well in the first game.
He did. You're right. As per the stats. Now at defense, Brock Mogensen, middle linebacker.
Not Nick Anderson.
Not Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson will be back up in that position. Right. I think Brock Mogensen definitely deserves the opportunity in that spot. And Joel DeBlanco will finally get his start after not being in that BC game.
Yeah. Going back to the offense, was Rankin in the BC game?
He was
I don't
not,
think he wasn't.
no,
Well, he is this time.
He is this time. He is definitely starting running back. Isaiah Knight will be backing him up. I expect to see a lot more Isaiah Knight than Rankin.
Probably. And probably in the first quarter, we'll see Rankin.
Well, and I think we're going to see Shandaric Powell a lot more than Rankin as well. I think it's going to be kind of a shootout between those two, right? So that one's really exciting. But my favorite storyline on offense, or really special teams, it's that kicking shootout. As per the 3 thoughts once again.
Well, Vincent Blanchard is in.
He's starting.
But we know that Jesus is going to play. Because he said he was going to play, and he better play.
Did he?
No, it was on his social media.
No, that's a meme page, by the way. It's called the Jesus Gomez
Oh
Blazer.
my gosh, I laughed so hard when I saw it. I'm like, good for him. He's like pumping himself up, but it makes sense that it's a meme page.
Yeah, I want to say that Jesus struggled on onside kicks this week in training camp. I did see him miss quite a few. So.
Which is interesting because he did not miss a single thing. But didn't we say that? Didn't you say that in training camp he wasn't doing so great, and then he comes into the
Blanchard
game.
That was Blanchard.
Oh, I thought it was Jesus. I thought you were talking about Jesus.
it was Vincent Blanchard.
And then because I even made the joke of like, oh, maybe he's an in-game performer. Maybe he gets all the pressure for in-game and he performs during the game rather than anywhere else.
No, we were talking about Vincent Blanchard in that one, and the reason why I know that is because just shortly after I was telling you about Vincent Blanchard's performances.
Okay.
Jesus got brought into the fold. He got signed.
Like, maybe he's just like, it's in game.
You never know. Some people are like that.
He turns it on.
He turns it on. But like Taylor Powell, by the way. Taylor Powell does not practice like he plays. For anybody that's listening or gets a chance to go down to Clark Stadium to go watch the practices.
Right.
Taylor Powell impressive in game. But his practices, I will say, up until that point, looked a little bit like lackadaisical, but some guys don't practice like they play.
Right.
And Taylor Powell, I think I can confidently say that, or maybe he's just took a while getting that engine started, getting it running, getting it all warmed up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think Taylor Powell is a great guy for the locker room. I think so far he's done everything asked of him. There shouldn't be controversy this year, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a great sign when your other quarterbacks are playing that good.
Of course. I hope not. I can't handle the stress.
Getting back to the defensive side of the ball, though, you are going to see a lot of the defensive starters starting in this one. It's just that you're going to see a lot of the backups after a drive or two, probably a quarter or two.
We are seeing Tyrell Ford.
Yeah.
So
Kenny Logan Jr. at Sam linebacker. You got DeBlanco on the wideout spot. Malik Carney's going to be on the line. Brinkman's going to be on the line. Robbie Smith's going to be out there. Like, this is going to be that lineup. They're going to get maybe at most a quarter in as the starters, but don't be surprised to see if Fajardo only get a drive or two.
Yeah,
right?
We'll see. I hope to see more of him.
Yeah, and I do too. I think that the chemistry is really, really important, right?
Yeah. I hope to see at least a full quarter.
But here's the other thing. Before we move on to the Edmonton sports, actually no, we gotta show this not home merchandise, but
don't we have a green and gold about it?
Oh, we do actually. Okay, Thank you. We will wait. But chemistry is so important, and because there are so many new pieces, yes, they need the chemistry right now. So why not play them for a couple quarters?
Yeah.
But here's the other thing. Fans are paying top dollar to go to this game. Just like BC. You know where I'm going with this. Fans are paying a pretty penny.
Okay, but I'm sorry. For fans, I don't think, especially, I'm talking demographic as well. Right, if you're thinking about BC fans and the type of demographic that they're trying to, I'm talking
about the starting aspect.
I know. I'm gonna get there. They're trying to entice a certain demographic, and then they have a star player in Nathan Rourke. That's a CFL starter player, like star player, so not starter player.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you can really compare the Nathan Rourke to the Cody Fajardo here in Edmonton.
No, but you can compare our mascot or our player mascot, who is Justin Rankin.
Yeah.
And
and
people in BC did not pay to see Justin Rankin. They paid to see Nathan Rourke.
Exactly.
For this game, the people are paying to see Justin Rankin.
Which he is starting.
And he is starting. So this is my point. The Double E aren't tone deaf.
Yeah.
Just like when the Double E went up to Fort McMurray and the man, the myth, the legend, Mike O'Reilly started against Darian Durant.
You better drink.
Everybody drink. But Darian Durant, another starter, also started. Cody Fajardo went out there and started, the opposing starter.
Yeah, but yeah. I definitely agree. I thought you were going with the Cody Fajardo route. But yes, I think more people are a little bit more interested in the Justin Rankin storyline. So as long as he's playing a couple of quarters at least, people are going to be happy.
But how dare the Double E not play Justin Rankin in a game like this, or play 95% of the starters? Like, I mean,
for sure. Well, especially a home game. 100%.
You should. And 100%. Sometimes in this second preseason game, some teams are more interested in seeing the backups and building out the rest of the back end of the roster, right? Yeah. In this case, sure, the Double E can still do that, but you can also still treat your fans at home to the starters as well and give everybody a taste of what's to come at your home game just less than a month later. You know what I mean? Your home opener. So
just a little taste.
Yeah, I think that the Double E are doing this one right. I'm really excited. And of course, it's a massive throwback night. It's going to be one of the coolest things ever to be able to go to a game at Clark for the first time in 48 years.
Who's going to win?
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to do the actual game preview. You know who I'm saying. I mean, it's got to be Double E. It's ABC. But in the unbiased opinion, yeah, the Double E are definitely starting their starters. Now, something we should have done is maybe look at the Stampeders depth chart.
No,
but I have a feeling.
No.
Well, I have a feeling Vernon Adams isn't starting, and if he is, once again, it's going to be that one quarter. But if they are not traveling with,
well, I'm going to figure that out tonight when I make the graphics. So.
Well, and even if they are traveling with the starters, a lot of the starters will not be in the game. I don't think.
Yeah.
So we'll find out. I mean, we'll look into it. We should have looked into that, but that's on me. No. That's on me. And you know what else is on me? The Edmonton Sports Update. Edmonton Elks training camp is still underway with roster cuts coming this weekend. Tomorrow night, the Edmonton Elks will host the Calgary Stampeders at Clark Field, that is, for preseason game number 2. Clark will be used for professional football for the first time since 1978. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. Mountain. The 1-3 Edmonton Stingers were in action last Sunday. Defeat coming by the hands of the Niagara River Lions with a score of 101-99. They will head down the QE2 to Calgary in an effort to get back on track against the Surge on Sunday. Tip-off is at 4 p.m. Mountain. The Edmonton Riverhawks start their season tomorrow night in Edmonton at Remax Field, hosting the Wenatchee Apple Sox for opening day. First pitch is at 7:05 Mountain. Don't forget that Love Pro Wrestling has events every month, with their next event at the Rec Room South Common on May 29th, with tickets as low as $15 for Sky High Talent. You don't want to miss out on Love Pro Wrestling. Slight correction. That game against the Calgary Surge, the Edmonton Stingers versus the Calgary Surge, that game is actually in Red Deer on Sunday. Thank you, John Kirby, for the correction there. And in June, Love Pro Wrestling will be the first wrestling promotion to hold an event at NATE since Prairie Wrestling Association many years ago. WWE talent will be in the house. Tyler Breeze, tickets on sale now. Where the Elks are? You're up to date.
Thank you for not waiting that long.
Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out you. Shout out you. This is the Elks Call. You're rocking with the Elks herd. Awesome episode. Having a blast here. It's Throwback Thursday. We got our throwbacks on. Royal Retros was in the house. Dustin Almeida. So very great. Matt Sons does say your ungulate is bigger. Our ungulate is bigger than yours. Let's go, Elks. ELKS, 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 Elks. So good. Yeah, I missed the ELKS, 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 Elks. That was a cool one. That was Matt Soms that created that. That was a banger back in the day. Next up, we got a little game. I want to play a game. Let's play Green or Gold. Our take on Hot or Not. Green or Gold is brought to you by Lather. I have started digging into this deodorant, by the way. I've started using it
because... There you go. Now we can do the countdown as to how long it takes Scout to go through this bar of deodorant. Yeah,
we're not going to show you that, but I mean, it is a great product. That is Lather, L-A-T-H-R. Sandalwood Bourbon is my recommended scent. It is absolutely amazing. And if you're looking for the soap, Pine Tar A, very Canadian. It's Canadian handmade soap. If you want to save 20% off Lather, L-A-T-H-R, lather.com. Once again, Canadian handmade soap. You're going to save 20% off by using code SHOTGUN20. All caps, no spaces. Smell damn good. Save damn money with Shotgun Sports Network and the Elks Call. Head on over to lather.com to get your soaps today. And Kathy is very thankful that Lather is back on the roster. Yeah. I smell damn good, but we're saving damn money. But we do not use our own code because you can't do that. All right. Green or Gold, everybody. We're going to bring up a topic or an item. If you like it, you're going to vote gold. But if you don't like it, you're gonna vote green. Herd chat, you know what to do. Blow it up. Get your vote. Get your comment into the herd chat, and have your voice. HERD herd. All right. First topic here, and we love talking about merch. Clearly. What about this night at the Knot Hole stuff? Let's bring it up. We do have the sneak peek that we had posted online yesterday. Permission from the Elks to leak that one. Thank you very much to the Edmonton Elks for letting us show these off to everybody. We did have the scoop, so pretty cool. These are the Night at the Knot Hole shirts. This one is obviously the classic logo that we used to see back in the day. People still have these patches.
I like it. Yeah, I have seen cars with that sticker.
Cars?
Yeah.
Really?
Like trucks with that sticker.
Yeah, because I think they were either patches or they were stickers back in the day, right? So it's such a cool throwback.
Yeah, that one is nice. I like it. I might get that one.
I want to get it too.
Yeah, I might get that one actually. I really like it. Then we have a hoodie, a yellow hoodie with an old school football player.
Tons of people love this one, by the way.
Yeah, it's cool.
A lot of people are loving this one.
I know.
Very good
I'm
one.
not a big fan of a yellow hoodie though. I don't think I would wear ever a yellow hoodie.
But the logo.
is cool.
Is sick. The little running football player. And then there is also that other retro inspired, the gray one, which has the classic helmet logo with the classic double E's on it. Now, there is also some other shirts with just that 1970s double E football logo, which is spectacular. Love it. Hard to hate it. And then there's some other items that they're going to have for tomorrow night. I'm hearing that there's some items that will come at a later date as well.
Ooh,
so think other classic retro merch, not stuff you wear.
Yeah.
Maybe mugs, maybe pennants, things like that.
Those would sell. So that's smart. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, let us know, green or gold. Catherine, what do you think about this?
I'm gonna say gold. Gold.
You're saying gold. Well, I'm also gonna say gold because it's absolutely amazing. We always like retro merch. Look at what we're wearing.
Yeah, right now. We like retro stuff. I really do. I like that. And.
Can't pay us to say green.
Okay. We do have John over here that says green. It's not actually retro. It says Elks, but I'm still gonna buy one.
But he's still gonna buy one.
Yeah. You know what? And I feel like that is a way for it, and it's a smart way, marketing wise, of tying the new with the old. Right? Obviously, people are gonna have really strong feelings about it because we know that people still are not okay with the name. But at the same time, it's like taking little steps to kind of marry the two, right? You have your view, your vintage view, and then you have this new view. Let's kind of put them together and see that's kind of where it's going. That's where we're going. So I think it's a really cool merchandise piece. I think it's really merchandise line. I like it.
You like it. Perfect. No, and it's like when a married woman has her midlife crisis and then her past becomes her present, right? Is that a good comparison?
Yes, the Elks is going through a midlife crisis, and that's exactly what's happening. That's what you were saying. Those were your words. I'm just clarifying what I said. It's kind of like.
Matt Sobs here does say gold. Hard to hate, right? In my opinion, hard to hate. John did just want a hat or a pin.
I'm pretty sure those will come after.
I'm pretty
sure they will come.
Turf Traditions also comes out around Labor Day as well. Right. I assume we're going to see some new Labor Day designs out of them as well.
And you know what? I like these way better than Turf Traditions. Like last year's Turf Traditions, I didn't like.
They did suck last year, except for that shirt that everybody's wearing, including me. The one
everybody wears that.
Because it's the best one. It's the best one from the lineup, right? Yeah. You know how it goes. So, I mean, not whole merch. Is there anything that I'm really wanting or missing out of that? A jersey.
Yeah.
And that's why we went and talked to Dustin over at Royal Retros, got our fix. Shout out Jody's, shout out Tom Wilkinson, shout out the Wilkinson family. Hope to see Wilkie in the tailgate. We may not. He's around, maybe once a year or whatever, right? So, hey, we're not Not going to harass the guy for
No.
a signature by any means.
We won't be asking for that now.
But just to show it off to him would be sick, right?
Yeah,
so, I mean,
totally.
maybe brings back some nostalgia, but the quality on this is great.
I think at that point, it's just going to have to be like a fingerprint.
Even if he touches it, I'm having no. We're not harassing Loki. Poor guy. Okay, so
have
second
his DNA on your jersey. Anyway,
second topic.
there is no second topic.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Just one green or gold tonight.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because we have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
We still have a lot to talk about.
That's a big topic coming up. So
I've been talking with CBC about it all day. I know.
Okay.
Shout out, by the way, CBC. I know we're about to talk on a very heavy subject. So there's more 10 o'clock, the national tonight. I think we may be on there as well. So let's just dig into it. Let's get into it. Thanks for participating in green or gold, everybody. For our final segment tonight, the juiciest, the biggest, the fan favorite. It is the fan forum. This fan forum is brought to you by the Argos Fancast. Join Clay, Will, and Sir Doug as they give you the latest from Argos land right here on Shotgun Sports Network. Their latest episode, they just dropped it today, and it is blowing up. So
How do I become a sir? Or ma'am? I don't know.
How do you
get knighted around here?
Well, he's also Sir Doug of the Double Blue Order, and he has a whole intro thing over at Argos Fancast.
Pretty much, I cannot become a sir, but
remember when we went to the tailgate and the guy was dressed like a knight?
Yes,
that's Doug.
Yeah, I know that. I'm asking, how can I become a knight?
You got to be a knight. Just dress for it.
Just dress like a knight. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir Cat.
Call yourself Knighty with the two double E's.
See, it doesn't sound the same. What is like the female equivalent? That's
Sir Cat.
Anyways, in this segment,
we're going to talk about the hottest topics surrounding the Edmonton Elks and the CFL world as a whole, not how a lady gets knighted. Her chat, blow it up, get your comments and questions into the show for the last time tonight. If you do have a fan forum question, which I think we see some in there, if you do have a fan forum question, we'll probably have some time to get to it today. Let's open it up. Okay. Just open it up. Here we are. The fan forum is now. Question number 1. The CFL has announced a massive TV deal today. So it's a $500 million deal. We're talking around $500 million for 6 years of coverage. This is not just TSN. This is also DAZN, and this is also YouTube. Mm-hmm. So preseason on YouTube, DAZN, Saturday Night Football, okay?
I kept saying a DAZN in my head.
I did too before. Yeah, okay. A long time ago, I used to be like, what's this DAZN? I don't like this DAZN. DAZN!
Okay.
DAZN!
Okay.
DAZN!
Thank you for clarifying.
So, what this deal sees is DAZN covering that Saturday Night Football piece, which competes with NHL and college football. Let's remember that. Mm-hmm. For a couple months, it's NHL, Stanley Cup Finals. Mm-hmm. And then it eventually kind of flips that other way, right? So college football starts up, especially in September, start to see that action. Okay. So maybe there's a couple months where it's not so competitive. But the zone takes that Saturday night. They're also taking 2 games in the new playoffs. Okay. So in that first round, I believe they're taking 2 playoff games. Yeah. I don't have the particulars.
Saturday night playoff game in each of the first 2 rounds.
In each of the first 2 rounds. Sorry. Okay. Mm-hmm. So 1 Saturday night playoff game. So 2 total Saturday night playoff games. Round 1, round 2. Okay.
And they become the official global broadcaster of all CFL games.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So another piece to remember here, DAZN costs $25 to $50 a month depending on your package. Mm-hmm. When I was talking to CBC, I thought it was 40 because I did see people talking about the 40 number, but it's actually 50 if you get all of the now internationally, real quick, international DAZN customers wanting to watch CFL,
sure,
they get it for free.
Sure. Well, what? What's stopping me from getting a VPN and saying that I'm actually in Ireland?
You could, I'm sure. You could.
Like,
But
That's
if
dumb.
you want to watch it on DAZN, and maybe
Right.
they're even gonna have software and AI to figure out if you're
Right.
using an IPT or
VPN.
VPN. Sorry,
Right.
IPTV. I think
I
is
didn't
what
know
we
that.
have.
Okay. But bring it back to those who haven't really looked into this,
Mhm.
aka me. But does that mean are the games still being televised in national television?
So yes, TSN is covering all the other games.
Okay.
So TSN will have your regular season games except for Saturday nights.
Right. So no, but that's my question. So will they still be showing those on Saturday nights, or all together you don't get?
It's like
them
Amazon Prime and
unless you get
NHL.
these-
So you know how it's only on Monday,
Right?
It's only on Prime.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good 9 out of 10.
That was really good.
Thank you. But what I'm saying is that you know how you have to go over to Prime to go watch that
Right.
game. Now you have to go over to DAZN to go watch that Saturday night game.
Okay, that just no.
And of course, they will have different commentators and broadcasters. There will be a different panel. They will have their own thing, right? So we're gonna see how this looks. The YouTube piece is very interesting to this. So the YouTube piece is the preseason games, CFL Combine, expanded access to creators,
unscripted series,
which is like Drive to Survive for F1. You know how I'm always like, hey, let me watch Drive to Survive. And you're like, no, I don't like F1. But I'm like, Catherine, this will get you into F1. There's drama in it. There's all sorts of stuff.
No.
And you're like, no, I'm still not interested. Well, CFL is going to have a version of that now.
I also see this, as you were saying before, creator-focused initiatives, including a CFL YouTube creator sporting event, creator partnerships.
Across
okay,
CFL
well now it's our turn to become a YouTube CFL creator.
But here's the thing: when they're talking about creators, are they talking about us?
No,
or are they talking about the Neons and the Jack Dohertys and all these other guys, right? The people that are out there doing big CFL content, much like the NHL has started to bring influencers and streamers into their atmosphere.
Well, you better start doing your TikTok dances, because that's how we get into this.
Road to the Combine is on our TikTok, which we don't even have access to anymore, and we are too old for TikTok, and I don't feel like doing the dances. So anyways, I think what the question is here, let's go through a couple of questions. First one is, what do you think of these moves?
I don't know. You know what, when it was announced, I saw the positives of it as a business. Right. I always have a tendency of thinking about things on a business side and then on a fan side.
Right.
On the business side, it makes sense. The CFL needs money. They need to figure out a way to engage a younger demographic, and they're taking steps towards that by making these moves, because this is where things are going. This is what's happening. We see it with all the streaming services. We see it with all the influencers. If you are thinking of this in a logic business sense, it makes sense. As a consumer,
as a fan of the league, as a fan,
as a consumer, I hate it.
Right.
Because I have enough of these stupid subscriptions that I have to get for every single little thing. And if you're telling me that I have to buy something to watch it, well, guess what? I'm not going to watch it. Right. There are certain things that I have, and I have it because of my family needs. We have kids. I'm going to get Netflix. You know, there are certain things that I'm going to buy. I have my own interests. I subscribe to Crunchyroll for a reason. Right. There is different things that, sure, I will put the money towards, but a service that I have gotten for free in the past, however many years, suddenly you're taking it away and you're telling me that for me to watch that game, I have to pay. No.
So will you listen to 880 Ched though in those games?
No, I'm gonna look for other ways of watching it.
Because not pirating, obviously, because that would be illegal.
No, but there are certain other ways that you can go and get certain subscriptions that may be able to watch
like a package with TELUS or whatever.
100%,
right?
Something like that, right?
I got you.
But what I'm saying, no, I'm not pirating. But what I'm saying is that I'm not going to go and get a DAZN subscription for $40 a month. Like, that's just not going to happen. It's just, I might sign up for a free trial before the game.
There is no free trial.
Oh, no.
So I learned this. So
Horrible.
Shout out to Alexis Kubicki, who fought Gabriela Fundora. Unfortunately, lost in the 7th round by TKO. But for that fight, we did, because it was through Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya's promotion.
I remember, yeah.
Him saying Gabriela Fundora is the Golden Girl era and all this stuff. But so once again, shout out Alexis. Love their camp, Iron Lady. But we wanted to watch that game, or that fight, sorry. We wanted to cover it. We wanted to get some visibility on it. We weren't able to unless we went to DAZN. Yeah. And we had to buy a 1-month subscription at 25 or $30 or something, $35 I think or something. It cost us money out of pocket.
Yeah.
Just to watch one fight. And I canceled it immediately. I wasn't going to get that money back. I support Edmonton sports. I don't care what I have to spend to support the Edmonton sports until you ask me to subscribe for more than that one event. And then I have a problem because sports should be accessible. The CFL got away from local blackouts. Imagine you're a CFL fan in that city. Yeah. That game is a Saturday night game and you can't watch it because it's essentially blacked out now.
Yep. No.
You have to go to the stadium, which is sure a benefit for a gate-driven league. But sports are no longer gate-driven.
No.
That's the thing.
No.
Look at UFL. UFL is thriving right now on 400,000 to 500,000 viewers per game, right?
Yeah.
How are they surviving? Fox Sports and other broadcast deals keeping them alive.
Well, and that's just it. Like, to me, it would make sense. I would be 100% agreeable on this if they continued with the regular broadcasting that they currently have for the games. If this is an add-on. Like, you want extra content, you want all of the exclusives and the combine content, go and subscribe to this, right? Yeah. That is, because I get it. As I said, in a business sense, you're trying to attract a demographic that is currently not in the CFL. But now what you're doing is shutting down everybody else that is reliant on what is currently there. That is not going to go on the internet. You got to think about the current demographic of the CFL is people that are not going to go on YouTube and watch influencers talk about this. It's not going to be people that are going to download an app on their smart TVs when perhaps they still have regular TVs in their living rooms, right? So now you're alienating an entire demographic by doing this, and that is not okay, in my opinion.
So when I spoke to both Julia Wong of CBC, senior reporter for CBC, and Jessica Ng of Radioactive with Min Darwal, that was one of the big topics, is maintaining your existing traditional fan base, because we have to realize tradition. We love tradition. We are Double E fans. We love tradition. CFL fans love tradition. So how do you maintain your current viewers, but also attract more new viewers? And I think this kind of move, is always going to foul out your traditional viewers. I think that goes without saying. Like, it's going to piss off some people.
What are you going to do? And people may not even be aware of this. What's going to happen when Mr. Jones, who is, 60 something, sits down to watch a Saturday night game and suddenly he cannot? He's going to get pissed off, first of all.
But he can also flip to radio.
Well, no, but let's assume that people are not always going to go for that option, right? Let's assume. But what's going to happen at that point? You're creating more conflict with a demographic that's already fighting you in so many things.
Well, and where your game is already lacking in maybe visibility, or maybe visibility. Let's say visibility here in Canada, because we don't see the billboards like we used to. We don't see certain advertising pieces like we do. We currently see a lot because we're always scrolling and searching for CFL on our social media feed. So sure, we're going to see targeted ads, but we're talking about a day and age where they do need to spread out that net. They need to cast the biggest net possible. And I will say, and I've defended this all day today, I'm going to defend it right now. What I like about the DAZN subscription is that there's a lot of NFL fans on there. There are, soccer fans as well, and they have many other teams, many other leagues that they cover, but they're going for NFL fans. And tell me that they aren't, because the rules the rules that they are changing to in 2027 are Americanized. I think we've already agreed.
Sure. But now you're going with the assumption that people that are fans of a league are going to very easily transfer to another league and start watching. Now, here's the thing, and the reason why I say that is because let's say, we have a Prime subscription, right? We log into Prime and we watch the things that we want to watch.
Sure.
Do you really go out of your way to watch something a little bit different?
Oilers games. I do.
No, that's something you want to watch. That's an interest. That's an interest, right? I'm talking about like if you're
scrolling through and you see something you like.
If you had, say for example, like for myself, like okay, I'm just gonna give an example. If I had a subscription and I logged in and I'm watching all of the content that I'm usually watch, say this is gonna be CFL, and suddenly I see that they have, maybe Mexican football games.
Sure.
I might watch that because there is the Liga, because there is some common ground over there.
Sure.
But will I really want to watch a football game from like Australia? I'm not so sure about that.
But here's the next question. How many people do you know have canceled cable?
Yeah, quite a few. Because yes, I mean, and I did see the comment over here, it might be sarcastic, by Matt Soames saying the streaming generation is the future of media consumption.
But it really is.
It really is.
It really is.
But at the same time, like my beef with all of this.
I know what you want to say.
My beef with all of this is not that they're introducing this, is that they're taking things away.
And I mean, I think that's a fair thing to say. I get that. But at the same time, if you need the future generation to tune into your product, you have to do this at some point.
But why take things away?
Because at some point, TSN might not be a channel anymore. No, TSN might just be purely a streaming service. With the way that cable is going,
reaching to that point. We're getting to that point, 100%.
That's where I don't think that comment. And also, to my point, John Kirby does say here, Scout WHL is free on Victory Plus, which I did watch a lot of Oil Kings until they flubbed it up in the first round of the playoffs. But I watched, and all season, I watched Oil Kings on Victory Plus, and CEBL is free on YouTube. And that kind of goes in line with what the CFL is trying to do. Because the CFL is trying to say, hey, look, here's more content for free. We're going to make more free content for you, including do real CFL combine coverage, not just depend on the local media outlets to do your coverage for you.
Yeah.
Or TSN wasting their money and complaining about it later or vowing to not do it again. I'm not saying they were complaining, but I am saying that it was very obvious that they weren't interested in doing that full live stream coverage again, most likely because it costs money and it's resource.
Well, of course.
Right? And that's business. That's business.
So see it. With the way the things are going when it comes to regular broadcasting, they're losing money because things are changing. Things are changing.
Yeah.
Right. We're in a completely different day and age and things are changing. But at the same time, I feel like just like with every single CFL change that is happening, it's just a little too abrupt and a little too intense.
Okay. And so let's say that that's the short-term effect. Okay, because there is a short-term effect. It is the knee-jerk reactions. It is the negative opinions out there. But I will say in comparison to the rule changes, the reactions have been a lot more positive because fans have been complaining for a very long time about the TSN deal in general, about how it feels complacent, about how it feels boxed in.
Is it going to replace the CFL Plus feed on preseason?
So DAZN will be. That's where preseason will be YouTube. Preseason will be YouTube, right?
As long as the broadcasting is better.
CFL Plus CFL Plus is currently set up that international viewers can watch, I believe, for free. Could be wrong on that. Fact check me, anybody. But CFL Plus is there for international viewers to watch for free. DAZN will be taking that over. Now for preseason, YouTube will be taking over that. Starlight Stadium needs to buy better gear, or whoever the production company was that was at Starlight Stadium. How about they talk to our friends over at Production World here in Edmonton that take care of a lot of things. Production World, great company, great people, love those guys over there. And they would do, I am pretty sure Production World or another similar company is going to be doing the Clark. It's not Production World. I don't know the exact name of the company, but I know that Production World has done boxing events and things like that.
Right.
And I don't recall their feeds having any issues. So there are many great media companies out there. I guess there's only one in Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
But moving along to...
Let's take a look at some comments.
Let's take a look at some comments.
There's a
got
few
some?
over here.
Let's get
There's
them in
a
there.
few. Matt Soames over here, he does say, I hate streaming sports. I like to flip between games during commercials. You know what? Yes, that's a valid point. John Kirby over here. Former CFL players living under one roof. Anything goes. Coming soon to YouTube. You know what?
I'll take a CFL Cribs. I'll take a CFL Cribs every day of the week.
Matt Soames also says, break out the flaws for your YouTube content or no TikTok content for us to become CFL influencers.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. John Kirby. Okay, so here is I do want to bring up John Kirby's comment about the bar real quick.
Oh, sorry.
The reason why I like this one is because this is actually something that I was thinking about today. What if it's that Saturday night game? It's an away game for the Double E. I don't want to pay for DAZN.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that is bar night. Maybe that is a night that you go to the bar and go watch the game, because our friends over at Sully Sports Bar over at Century will have it.
Will.
There's
probably, I mean, most likely, hopefully.
A couple of bars will have it, right?
Yeah.
That's maybe part of their commercial package.
Yeah, you know what? At that point, I think, and it's funny because now when you think about it, it makes you think about the fact that you could be spending $20, $30 in one night, and instead you're going to go out and spend over $50 to $100 in a day.
But at least you didn't buy DAZN. No. You're actually right. The costs offset. The costs offset.
So it's like, dang, okay, which one's more economical at that point?
That's actually a really good point. That's a really good
but
hole.
Hey, at least you get a beer and wings.
You get to enjoy the environment like you should be, okay? You get to enjoy that bar environment. Dang. I like that one.
Wow, that made me think. I'm like, wait a second.
Now,
what's more economical?
The other comment right up above, I would like to bring that one up. In the USA, you do have like 5 or 6 different streaming services just to watch the NFL. Now,
but can you watch it on regular television? Just like.
But how about consider this, or if you can recall, how many games did I actually watch on TSN or on CTV last year for Green Bay Packers? And how many times did I go to the box?
Yeah.
Right? I went to the box a lot, and there were some games that I flat out could not watch because they were on
blackout,
DAZN or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
It was blackout. Yeah.
So I mean, that's a very real scenario. And there are a lot of NFL subscribers on DAZN. And how do you convert them? You get that product directly. You try to make that product so convenient that it makes them put more effort into scrolling by. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and Len over here on the chat, he does make a really good point. So you don't have Prime or Apple TV. Are you less of a fan of those sports? Of course not. Just enjoy the games you can watch, but business doing business things is a good business, right? And that's what I said. You know, when you put on your business hat, makes sense. It's a logical choice. It's a business opportunity that it will probably bring money into a league that needs it.
I'm flat out, in my opinion, it is the future of TV.
I know, it's just annoying when you just get, like, seriously, if I have to download one more freaking app for everything in my life, I'm going to get annoyed.
I deleted CBC Gem, and I'm probably going to download it tonight to watch the National. Like, you know, I get it, because I said the exact same thing.
Everything has an app nowadays. Like, there's been so many services that you go in and you try to just look it up. It's like, oh, download the app.
You know who still doesn't have an app? 2 people, or 2 organizations.
What?
There's no Elks Rewards app. And there's no CFL app either. Okay, come on.
Okay.
We had to.
Paige over here, she does say, conspiracy theory. This is another step to amalgamating the CFL with a US-based football league. Maybe a farm league for the NFL.
Interesting. I think that's an interesting one. I do think that all of this sets up the league better for expansion, but it does also throw that American twist, right? Sets up that American twist, because how odd that everything is all happening in 2027. The goalposts are moving back. The end zones are sucking in. The field is sucking in. The sport is being Americanized. And what are the odds we're going after American football fans to enjoy this product as well? The other way to look at this is that there are a lot of Canadian football fans that use DAZN because they don't have some of those direct viewing capabilities that you do down in the States. Right. So you do have to depend on DAZN as a Canadian NFL fan to watch NFL football. You could be getting those Canadian fans as well.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it's a different world. There is a lot more. It's weird competition. I was actually told today that Bell is coming here for home services, which is good because there's not enough competition.
We don't have
no
Bell?
There's no home services for Bell. They just have mobility. But it's the sense of increasing competition in a way, right? I mean, right now, some of the home packages that you have out there are absolutely outrageous in terms of pricing.
So don't be surprised to see Bell have a DAZN package.
Maybe.
Right? Come on, we can kind of see the writing on the wall here. That may be a thing in the future.
Or even then, it's just increasing competition for some of those big
conglomerates. They're all conglomerates. Right? It's all a
but you have your big three, and being able to kind of, now that you're getting a lot of these streaming services that are really popping through, it's like, what are you going to do about it? Right? So that's what I mean. Like, there might be a package down the road that might be a little bit more affordable than just paying $40 a month. Right. So it's
I mean, Bell is one of the big guns. So I mean, it's
we'll see.
Tomato on this one, I think, when it comes. But it will be interesting to see what that home services looks like. And I do foresee, especially with a partnership like this, makes it easy. Hey, are you a CFL fan and want to make this easy on yourself? Get the Bell package with DAZN, and we'll make it easy.
We have room to move. We can move some of our features. You hear that, TELUS?
I don't want to pick up another streaming service.
Wait, you hear that, TELUS?
Yeah. And the stream died. What happened? We love you, TELUS, who is also a sponsor of the W, by the way, just to let everybody know. Love you, TELUS. John Kirby did mention here, I heard maybe Portland will get a CFL team. We'll see if that ever happens. It'd be cool, right? But
I feel like that would be more on the east. Portland.
I feel like Dustin would be a big fan of that. Dustin Alameda. From Royal Retros. Alrighty, do we have any fan forum questions? I did see John had some questions up near the top. Up near the top, I think.
I think it's just things that we already covered.
So we designed this show.
What do you guys think of the retro merchandise? We covered that. Separate streaming services. We covered that. So the only other question that John did put up is, do you think the CFL teams will do a discount?
No. Because that discount would come directly out of the CFL team's pockets. I don't think they're interested in that. The whole point of this is to expand the reach, get the zone money. Because why? Well, this is a $500 million broadcasting deal, which is really record-setting for the CFL. This deal, I know that we've talked about a lot of the negative, but for the CFL and for the teams, this ensures the salary cap goes up.
Well,
it's almost $100 million year deal now.
I don't think we did talk about the positives in terms of the business, why it makes sense.
No, but we haven't talked about the implications of the long term for this, right?
Yeah, very true. You're correct.
So the long term for this, the teams will be all profitable because this goes into profit sharing just like the NFL. This is a very NFL model. This is the part I like that we're Americanizing because UFL, once again, is a TV driven league. It is TV ratings. It is viewership. It is TV deals.
Very true.
Leagues don't stay alive nowadays without a good TV deal in place. Teams are folding in the ELF. Teams are folding in the arena leagues. Teams are folding everywhere else. UFL is staying alive right now because of TV deals. Mike Rapoli has done a great job at leveraging that. Sure, they also do depend on the gate, but that gate is mostly for the teams, right? No matter what the salaries are going to be fine, the salary cap, they'll find their way underneath it, right? Obviously, if you can't, you're not rich, and if the salary cap isn't sky high, then you're spending what you spend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a standard for all of these teams, right?
Yeah.
It's the same deal
sense.
Even for the CFL. It's a standard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, only 2 teams were profitable last year.
Mm-hmm.
2027, every single team is going to be profitable. Think about that.
So.
All these teams are saved. Yeah. They don't have another Edmonton Elks scenario happening, or at least for a considerable future.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the teams interchanging ownership to save the team.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you have an owner selling the team, saying, hey, this is a business opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because the media deals are backing it.
Mm-hmm.
These TV deals are backing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I like the most about this. The CFL has been saved by this deal for at least another 6 years. And we want to see another deal on top of that is a lot bigger in the future at the end of this 6 years in 2020, 2033 or 2034, when they have to renew this again.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see these types of big numbers. We want to see a 750. We want to see a $1 billion deal. We want to see something up there. And the CFL used to be bigger than the NFL at some point. The CFL used to spend comparable or more to the NFL. Is this going to get the CFL there? No, not by any means. But does this help raise the salary cap year over year? Mm-hmm. Does it maintain a profitability status for each of the 9 teams? Does this make expansion easier and more attractive to buyers? Somebody that wants to start up a CFL expansion team, let's say in Quebec, Halifax, Fort McMurray, wherever people have been talking about lately.
Yeah.
Portland, wherever. This makes it more attractive. Hey, we have revenue sharing. You're not going to lose money. We have insurance against your money.
That's what you hope.
That's what you hope, but that's what the stage has been set up for.
It's and I hope that that's what it is. They just have to prove profitability.
Have to prove profitability, have to show profitability, but have to show a damn good product too.
Yeah.
And with all of the changes that Stuart Johnston has done, and with now this broadcast deal in place, changes coming in 2026, 2027, for the love of God, people, I know we get negative about this stuff, but let's let it ride out now. Mm-hmm. We've seen the changes. Okay. Let's hope that they don't change it anymore.
Well, the Zone subscription is coming out of your pocket.
No, we're listening to 880 Ched. You already know the answer on that one.
Okay. You're not helping the profitability of the league.
Sorry, playoffs, I'll buy the 1 month. If the Elks make the playoffs, and if it's a home game, then no, we're not. If it's a Saturday night home game, we're going to the game. But as far as that piece, yes, we'll most likely listen to 880 Ched. Once again, shout out Morley, shout out Dave, love you guys. We'll be sure to have them on the show maybe this season. Mm-hmm. But for tonight, I think we've yelled and screamed enough, and I think we've had enough fun. So let's close up this fan forum. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this fan forum. And, of course, throughout the entire show. This is the end. This is the end of this episode. This was a good one.
Yeah.
Big shout out to the viewers. A big shout out to the listeners, wherever you may be watching from, which would be the Elks Herd, even though it might not have streamed live on our Facebook or over at Shotgun Sports Network. And then, of course, our listeners, Edmonton Sports Talk, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We salute you. Really appreciate every single listener and viewer. How about Dustin Alameda? Okay. And applause for everybody else as well. But Dustin came through with these Royal Retros. 2 super sick. Can you please show that Royal Retro again? Because yours is different than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yours?
Yes.
Can you please show it?
Oh my gosh.
I asked.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I can tell. You're like, yeah, that's a good. So that's printed. Once again, that's a printed Royal Retro Tom Wilkinson Classic. You can't even tell on screen.
Beautiful, though.
You can barely even tell that there's a difference.
It's so breathy. I'm excited to wear it tomorrow.
Very breezy, very breathy. RoyalRetros.com. Dustin Alameda came through. Make sure you hit him up. We don't have a code for you. Why? Because Royal Retros does sponsor this show. We're super thankful for that. Couldn't be more thankful for their support. Their awesome stuff. Dustin's awesome stuff. Go support them. RoyalRetros.com. Go get your throwback over there. And that was a fantastic episode. Tomorrow night is the night at the Knot Hole. You will find us cooking hot dogs at stall 182 3 hours before the game. Stall 182, come on by, say hi. No Speaker's Corner because it is preseason. So Speaker's Corner, we're going to save that surprise, which if you've been to a tailgate, it's not a surprise, but we'll save that activation for then. But for tonight, my name is Scout Natick, a.k.a. the rep from Section X.
And I'm Catherine.
This was the Elks Call. We are the Elks Herd, and we will see everybody tomorrow night at Clark Stadium for a lovely night at the Knot Hole. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll check you later.
Have a good night.
Cheers.